Hey, Don Van Diesel here. Another interesting video for those of you who have Detroits with the later model, later style heat exchangers, like these guys here. We chose to take these things off, to take them apart, disassemble, to clean, pressure check. What we have here on this guy, we had several ugly looking leaks, and what we've determined is he had salt water mixing in with his fresh water. You can see the heavy rust. I don't know if you can see that inside the piping. But when you got rust like that inside your heat exchanger or inside your thermostat housings, you can just imagine what the underside of the heads, cylinder heads look like, because those are where you get a lot of heat, and that's where you're going to get a lot of attraction to that rust and scale. And guess what that makes? That makes for cracking heads and liners, because you got your coolant temperatures are going to be on the rise. Even though you don't see the high coolant temperatures on your gauges, you're going to see there's going to be high coolant temperature around your liners, around your cylinders. Anyways, this is a process. You got to take all the nuts off all these bolts. You got to pull all these Allen sockets, all these nuts and bolts off of these heat exchangers. They get these things apart. And once you do get them apart, I want to give you a little go through what it looks like. Yeah, it's more time consuming. It's a little bit more to it. But here's the thing. People don't understand. Inside this heat exchanger, it's not only a heat exchanger for the engine, but your boost cooler. Your boost cooler is inside here as well. So this is something that has to be disassembled. Okay, and as you can see, the way this tank works, right here, this section right here, this section right here, that is your boost cooler. And you see you got water coming in right here from your aftercooler. That's going out. Coming in is over on this side, and there's a thermostat, and I'll show you that right here. Here's the thermostat. You have a thermostat here. That's the inlet. Comes through here, goes through the top section of your core. You see that line right there? That's the divide right there. So the bottom section is your engine heat exchanger. The top section is your engine boost cooler. That cools the coolant going to your after. A lot of people talk about flushing your raw water system with acid, and that'll do the trick. It'll keep your temperatures low. But here's the thing, okay? You see this here? This here inside, this is the fresh water side of your heat exchanger. It's slime, okay? That, I don't know if it's silicate dropout or if it's just because your coolant is old, gets tired, and it turns to slime. Basically, that prevents your engine from cooling properly. You got to clean the fresh water side as well as you do the raw water side. These seals have to be replaced. And I can tell, I don't know that these have been apart for some time, but they're pretty flat. But this is something that has to be maintained. It's part of your maintenance echelon. Yeah, as you can see, we're slimed. We're slimed on the fresh water side. See? That is a silicate dropout. But that right there is going to keep your engine from cooling properly. So there's the thermostat for your boost cooler. And that goes right here inside the tank. And what that does is it acts as a thermostat. And we should know what a thermostat does, right? Thermostat allows proper cooling because it allows the holds back temperature, lets it cool, closes, lets it cool, closes, lets it cool. A lot of people take their thermostats out and think that it solves problems, overheating problems, when it only makes things worse. Makes a gradual overheat. Anyway, we got a slimed up heat exchanger here. There's the core. That's going to be cleaned, pressure tested, and repaired if needed. So this is what we have. This is what they look like when you've gone too long. You see somebody use silicone. They didn't trust those seals. They said, hey, we're going to put silicone around there with them. Well, if you ask me, that's a mistake. All right, so here we are. We got our tanks relatively clean, wire wheeled, brushed out, clean gasket surface, cleaned out seal groove, studs removed, studs put back in, pressure washed the tanks. Now we put the gaskets in, and when I put this gasket in, before I put it in, I like to use a little Sil Glide, put a little grease inside the groove, holds the gasket in place, the seal. So I put a little Sil Glide inside the groove, kind of holds the gasket down in place. Just, you know, here and there, a little shot of grease down inside that groove. And I just go around and I coat the outside of the seal with some grease, Sil Glide. Yeah, this isn't normal grease, this is Sil Glide. You get it at Napa, silicone grease. And just lubricate that seal. Get it nice and slippery. That's why I like doing it. It's the way we always do all the MTUs. We grease the seals. And now that we got that done, we're ready to put the tank back on it. Okay, so we're going back together with this tank. And I know some guys are saying, hey man, how the heck do you get those bolts and the nuts back in there, Don Van Diesel? Well, I'll tell you what I do. I use a little small magnet, and I use that to get the lock washer on, the stud, the little magnet. Then use 1/4 inch drive ratchet, long extension, swivel, 1/4 inch drive socket, 7/16. You got the nut in there. And what's holding that nut in there is a little bit of Sil Glide. So here's our front side, cleaned, seals in, greased, everything looking good, ready to pop on. Putting together our heat exchanger here's a little tedious, but I'll tell you what, I know somebody's saying to me, hey Don, how the heck are you getting those nuts on those bolts that go in the top of the tank here? How are you getting those nuts back in there? Well, you gotta be creative, okay? You gotta be creative. Creativity in the workplace. There you go. Diversified. Got your nut in the bottom. You just stick your washer right there. You run that across. You put it on there while you're turning your stud right there, your little bolt, onto your nut, on your swivel, 1/4 inch drive. That's how it's done. You can do it. Okay, some helpful tips before you start your heat exchanger clean job. I use gasket remover in a spray can, and I spray down the nuts and bolts that are all around the heat exchanger, and it loosens the paint and makes it a lot easier to come apart. And I usually put new bolts when I put it back together in lock washers. If you do have a fuel cooler, gear cooler, you might want to make sure that it's clean and not restricting flow going to the heat exchanger. And always make sure that your seacock is closed if you're going to take it apart with the boat in the water. And drain your coolant, dispose of that properly, and refill. I always recommend 30% Power Cool.